Hello everybody. It is Thursday in Sydney right now. It is day 4 of our trip, and I just wanted to give everybody an update on how things are going. I just want to start with Sydney. I love it. I love it here so much. It is such a cool place, and it feels so much like America in so many ways. We're driving around the city streets of Sydney, and it feels like the Upper East Side of New York City, with the trees going up and down the streets and all the homes and the buildings tucked tightly together. There aren't a lot of great ways to get across the city quickly. There aren't that many motorways, so you have to drive through the city to pretty much get anywhere. So it does take a while, but it's very pretty, and it's a really cool place. And it just feels so familiar. I mean, you watch the television, it looks exactly the same. They have a lot of American television programs. The news is the same. The commercials are the same. And in the cities, I mean, there's so many familiar restaurants we came across. I mean, I expected to see a few fast food joints around here. Did not expect to see Little Caesars. Did not expect to see Domino's. Did not expect to see 7-Eleven. Did not expect to see IGA. But I saw those all here, so it's pretty cool. And of course, the cars. I mean, look behind me. This is Little George's SS Ute, which has been severely updated and modified. It's got a blower on and it's got a custom cam. It's making, what they say, 900 Newton meters of torque, which somebody could do the math on that, but it's over 700 pound-feet of torque. It's insane. We're going to be taking this to the track on Saturday, and I've been promised a ride in it, possibly a chance to drive it. And this is just one of the hundreds of amazing Holdens and HSVs I've seen while we've been here. I've just been filming stuff all over the place. We went to a Holden dealership yesterday, which was kind of sad because Holden is just a shell of what it used to be. I went there with James, who is my host for this, and he told me a year ago it was a gigantic Holden dealership that took up pretty much 3 acres, filled to the brim with beautiful Holden cars. And now they share the whole complex with 5 or 6 other brands. There's maybe a couple dozen Holdens there for sale now. There were only 2 Commodores, 1 HSV, one was a Statesman. It's just a shell of what it used to be. We went there to look for parts, but it was sad. I filmed all the cars that were there, and I'm learning more and more about the differences between the cars, like what makes one a V6, what makes one a Calais, what makes one a Statesman. And it's fascinating. It's a lot like the Charger and the Challenger in a bunch of ways, how they made 7 or 8 different versions of the same car. But the other thing is, people loved them, and they kept buying them. And were it not for a big spat between GM and the Australian government, Holden would still be up and running, but it didn't happen, so now we have no Holdens left domestically to produce, but they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. In the out country, you see them all over the place, and you still see them quite a bit in the city too. And there's so many cool models. I mean, I've seen every cool model. The only top level model I haven't seen is a Gen F GTS W1, right? Actually, it would be a Gen F GTS RW1, but I'm promised that one will be coming to the track on Saturday. Saturday's going to be an absolutely crazy day because I'm supposed to be driving cars, I'm supposed to be filming cars, I'm supposed to be doing so much stuff, and we leave for the track tomorrow, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be the craziest day of the trip, but it's probably going to be one of the most amazing days of my life. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We were supposed to go to Bondi Beach today, but a cold front's kind of come through, and it's cloudy right now, and it's not expected to get above 74, 75 degrees. Which, by the way, they taught me a really cool trick. If you want to know what the temperature is in centigrade, take the temperature in Fahrenheit, subtract 30, and divide by 2. And that's roughly the temperature in Celsius. And then, of course, if you have the temperature in Celsius, you want to know it in Fahrenheit, just reverse it. Double the number and add 30. So today the high is supposed to be about 23 C. So 23 times 2 is 46, add 30, 76. This is roughly going to be the high today. So that was a neat little trick they taught me. Oh, and here's another one. If you want to know the difference between kilometers an hour and miles per hour, if you have miles per hour, take the number, multiply it by 8, and divide by 5. If you have the number in kilometers an hour and you want to know it in miles per hour, take the number, multiply it by 5, and divide by 8. Because 100 kilometers an hour is roughly 62.6 miles per hour, and 5/8 is roughly 0.625. So it's pretty much the same calculation. So it works out pretty well. Some helpful math tips I've learned. But it's an amazing time, and like I said, I'm filming tons of stuff. I'll be putting out probably a half dozen episodes on things I see here. It's been an amazing trip so far, and I'm having a great time, and I wish I could bring so many of these cars home with me, and I've got so many ideas in my head of what I want to do for a project after seeing all of this. So I'll keep recording things. I'll keep putting little clips on Instagram and sharing them to Facebook, doing what I can when we have time. It's difficult because we can only use Wi-Fi. Here we can't have our phones on data because we just get charged up the wazoo for fees. So anytime I'm near Wi-Fi, I'm trying to upload things, so I'm doing what I can. But it's been a great trip so far, and hope you're all enjoying watching it unfold as I upload things. And yeah, I'll be back in the States in 10 days, and probably sad to leave because this has been so much fun. But keep watching, and I'll keep uploading stuff when I can. See you later.